Hey guys, The Sports Entertainer here, back with some more wrestling news. Join us as The Sports Entertainer looks at all the breaking wrestling news and rumors you need to know, including some absolutely horrible news, as CM Punk is legit injured and will miss WrestleMania 40, Drew McIntyre just turned full-fledged heel, and it's awesome, Kevin Owens wrestled, Logan Paul at the Royal Rumble injured, and much more. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you never miss out on an episode. Bella twins react to shocking allegations. Now, Nikki and Brie Bella have reacted or responded to the recent shocking allegations made by former WWE employee Janelle Grant regarding Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis, and as some of you guys may be aware, the Bella twins' mother Kathy is actually married to John Laurinaitis, and here was the message the Bella twins put out on Twitter or X last night regarding these horrific allegations that involve their father-in-law, quote, "We are shocked and disheartened with the recent allegations against members of the WWE. It has been a lot to process since we found out this past week just as you all did. This is something we don't stand for or condone from anyone no matter who they are. We want all women to feel safe and supported in the workplace and in their everyday lives." Let us know down in the comments section below your thoughts on the Bella twins' statement on these shocking allegations. Next up, Kevin Owens wrestled against Logan Paul injured. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it feels like we legit have an injury crisis going on in WWE as we get closer to WrestleMania 40, and we don't like it at all, because for those of you who haven't heard the news yet, it was reported just before Monday Night Raw went on the air last night that Kevin Owens apparently wrestled against Logan Paul at the Royal Rumble injured, with a fractured foot, as reported by Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. This was the bit of information WrestlingNews.co shared on the matter in their article detailing this unfortunate news about Owens. Quote, "Another veteran WWE star is injured. It was reported by Dave Meltzer on F4WOnline.com that Kevin Owens wrestled his match with Logan Paul with a fractured foot. Meltzer said that the injury happened on the January 5th episode of SmackDown when he wrestled against Santos Escobar. Owens did an angle to build for his match with Paul and had been kept out of matches until the PLE this past Saturday. There is no word yet on the recovery time, and if this means that Owens will be off TV for a while. Owens' injury news follows Meltzer's report about CM Punk suffering a torn triceps injury. Punk's injury will require surgery and means he will be off WrestleMania since that type of injury typically takes 4 to 6 months to rehab. Just unbelievable, man. Hopefully Kevin Owens doesn't have to have any extended layoff from WWE like CM Punk unfortunately will. Next up, Raw's new amazing commentary team. Now, Pat McAfee was the special guest commentator at the Royal Rumble this past weekend, and most fans believe this was just a one-off appearance for McAfee in WWE because of his busy schedule. But it was revealed last night on Monday Night Raw that Pat McAfee will be joining the Raw commentary team full-time moving forward, which is incredible, and it will be a two-man booth with McAfee and Michael Cole. An absolutely amazing duo, with Triple H reacting to this awesome news on Twitter or X with, quote, "Thrilled to have Pat McAfee every week on hashtag WWE Raw. Welcome home, Pat." Now, as far as what the future holds for Wade Barrett, who had previously been working Raw with Michael Cole, it's currently still unknown, but it's likely that Barrett will be joining SmackDown's commentary team alongside Corey Graves, which would be a great team as well, although we will provide updates on Wade's status as hopefully concrete news becomes available on Wade Barrett's status in WWE, and not just speculation. Next up, Andrade signs with Monday Night Raw. Now, after making his long-awaited return to WWE at the Royal Rumble, which ended a nearly 3-year absence, Andrade chose to sign with Adam Pearce and join the Raw brand, with Andrade appearing in a backstage segment with both Raw GM Adam Pearce and SmackDown GM Nick Aldis, with Andrade officially signing the Raw contract, a great addition to the brand for sure, and before the segment ended, SmackDown GM Nick Aldis subtly confirmed that Bron Breakker could be headed for SmackDown, because Aldis was just about to talk about the Elimination Chamber with Adam Pearce, but his phone rang and Nick Aldis revealed it was Bron Breakker, which is very intriguing, so Andrade has officially joined Raw, and it looks like Bron Breakker's headed for SmackDown, and as far as the two women's division stars everyone is talking about, Naomi and Jade Cargill, it's likely that Naomi's headed for Friday Night SmackDown, and Jade Cargill most likely is going to be signed to Raw, so both rosters are truly getting stacked with awesome talent for sure. Next up, CM Punk legit injured and will miss WrestleMania. Now honestly guys, we cannot believe the CM Punk injury rumors were actually true. We thought this was fans just being overly concerned about CM Punk, who had been favoring his right arm after absorbing a devastating future shock DDT from Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble. But sadly enough, CM Punk is actually legit injured, tearing his right triceps in the match, and Punk will unfortunately be missing WrestleMania 40, with CM Punk opening Monday Night Raw last night and addressing the WWE Universe regarding this truly tragic news. By the way, the promo CM Punk delivered when talking about his sad injury situation was absolutely amazing, and all we can say about this is that we're completely gutted that CM Punk will be missing WrestleMania this year, not to mention Elimination Chamber as well, which probably would have been the night that Punk gets the opportunity to face off against Seth for the World Heavyweight title at Mania. This was a part of the CM Punk injury news update provided by Mike Johnson of PW Insider last night, detailing that it's unfortunately impossible for CM Punk to be ready to return in time for WrestleMania 40. Quote, "The belief among sources we have spoken with is that post-surgery, Punk would likely need in the area of 4 to 6 months of recovery and physical therapy. If correct, that would obviously put him out of WrestleMania as a wrestler, and if he gets the surgery within the next week, it likely means he wouldn't be able to return to the ring until this summer in a best-case scenario. A review of the match shows that Punk may have been injured taking a double underhook DDT from Drew McIntyre. Punk rolled out of the ring holding his right arm and was seen speaking to a WWE referee following that spot. Punk suffered a torn triceps of his left arm while performing for AEW, so this would be a new injury, not a recurrence of a previous injury. Punk was the final competitor eliminated by Cody Rhodes. Let us know your thoughts on this crazy news that CM Punk will be missing WrestleMania 40 because of the triceps injury he sustained at the Royal Rumble. Next up, Drew McIntyre just turned full-fledged heel. Now you could definitely argue that Drew McIntyre's already been a full-on heel for a while now in WWE, but in our opinion, Drew has been more of a tweener or an anti-hero the past couple of months over being a full-fledged heel, but that all changed last night, and if there was one good thing to come out of CM Punk's horrible injury announcement, it was Drew McIntyre turning into a full-fledged sadistic heel, with McIntyre delivering one of the coldest lines in recent WWE history, "I prayed for this and it happened," with Drew McIntyre then laying out the cult of personality and sending Punk to the sidelines even more injured than he was before. Drew is absolutely amazing, and hopefully WWE are going to be giving McIntyre a big push heading into WrestleMania 40. He absolutely deserves it, and there's no debate now. McIntyre is a complete sadistic heel, no tweener or anti-hero anymore. Next up, WWE in panic mode as major changes to WrestleMania 40 are needed. Now to say that some of the big plans WWE had for WrestleMania 40 have went out the window, so to speak, is an understatement. We're probably no longer getting the Brock Lesnar versus Gunther match, because of Lesnar being tied to Vince McMahon's allegations, and CM Punk tore his triceps at the Royal Rumble and is out of WrestleMania, meaning no Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, obviously a huge match WWE, likely planned to headline one of the 2 nights at WrestleMania this year. These matches probably aren't happening anymore, and they've clearly caused WWE to be forced to change a lot of the plans for the Showcase of the Immortals this year, with Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter adding this bit of information on this troubling situation. Quote, "A lot of things have changed in the last, between the Punk injury, Lesnar being out. I was told, even before the Punk injury, just with Lesnar being out, it was not just that Lesnar's match is changed, but it's like a domino effect that's changed the whole card based on Lesnar being out. Whatever the original stuff was, a lot of it has changed because of Lesnar, and now again, another change because of Punk." Now, WrestleVotes would add this bit of news today on Twitter or X regarding WWE, basically scrambling to figure out their plans for WrestleMania 40. Quote, "Between the unfortunate injury to CM Punk, the questionable status of Seth Rollins, and the pulling of Brock Lesnar, the WrestleMania card has took a sharp turn. Source said there are a number of brand new card variations on the table, including some superstars who were not pegged towards the top just days ago. I'm being told they will take their time to figure things out and consider just about everything. Clearly things are pretty stressful behind the scenes in WWE right now, and no doubt Triple H and other executives are working overtime right now to try and get things back on track heading into WrestleMania this year." Next up, Brock Lesnar done in WWE? Now, it looks as though Brock Lesnar won't be featured on WWE television for the foreseeable future, and perhaps not ever again after Brock Lesnar's name was tied to the shocking Vince McMahon allegations that came out recently. I mean, that completely changed the plans WWE had going into the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, because Brock Lesnar apparently would have already been back in WWE at the Royal Rumble if not for the allegations. Now, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer Radio recently noted that Brock Lesnar isn't going to be around for a while in WWE. Quote, "It appears that Brock Lesnar is not going to be around for a while. Some people think ever. When it comes to talent, I hate to say forever because most of the time it's not the case, especially if somebody can draw. They always seem to find a way back. Perhaps if the allegations about Brock Lesnar are proven to be untrue, Lesnar could return at some point in the future, but it's definitely not looking too promising right now for Lesnar being brought back to WWE whatsoever." Well guys, that's it for today's major wrestling news. Make sure you leave a like and comment, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you'll never miss out on an episode. Finally, if you haven't already, give us a follow on Twitter at TSE Wrestling, and we will see you guys in the next video.